Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Uh, Welcome to our membership overview. My name is Rachel.
And I'm Mike.
Yeah, and together we make up Essential First Fruits, which is a team dynamic within Doterra, formulated to bring us success and everyone on our team. So we wanted to record this today to give you guys kind of an online version of the membership overview. You can't always connect with people face-to-face like we would like, and so we wanted something that was available so you guys could still receive the presentation and be able to share the presentation without having to physically be in front of someone.
Yeah, also, the first time you sit down in a business overview, I know for me personally, I'm still figuring all this stuff out. We've been doing this for 2.5 years, so you might not get all of your questions answered the first time you hear a business overview, or it might just seem overwhelming because of all the information will be thrown at you. So you might only take bits and pieces away. So this will be a good way for you to just have it with you so you can, go over it at your own leisure until you have it down inside and out, I guess.
Yeah. So there's multiple ways that will be, that you could go over this with us. If you have received a paper copy, if it's been mailed to you, or if you've received one in person, but again, just didn't get the actual chance to go through it together, you can definitely pull that out now. This is where we'll be getting all the material. We're a part of the Edge network. We use a lot of the Edge materials, and so that's what we'll be going over. You can also feel free to just pull it up online while we go over this, and it's available at www.mymembershipoverview.com, and the password is EDGE, lowercase EDGE. But we actually will be sharing our screen with you in just a moment, so you also don't have to do any of that. And you can feel free just to watch this video, and we will be showcasing exactly what we're going through. All right, so let's get started. Awesome. Okay, so this is page 1 of the membership overview, and it's such a beautiful page 1, but there's really nothing more to it. Moving right along. Okay, so this is the first page, and this is where we will talk about everything that you have now that you are a Doterra member. So you can log into your virtual office at mydoterra.com, and on there you will see your main login screen. For your member ID, you will just go ahead and put in the number that was assigned to you. When you enrolled as either a wellness advocate or as a wholesale customer, you would have received an email directly from Doterra that has your member ID on it. So that will essentially be your username from here on out. It will be what you use whenever you need to contact customer service, whenever you're doing like this, anything online. If you're using the chat feature, this is something that they'll always ask so that they can look up your account.
And if you forget it for some reason, you can always ask your upline. We have the ability to see this, and whoever's above you has the ability to see it in their back office as well.
Yeah. And then your password is just whatever you have set or whatever was set for you. So if someone else signed you up, then go ahead and check with that person for the password they created for you. Of course, you can always customize it and make it personal so that only you can have access to your account. Or if you set it up yourself, then I hope you would remember it. If you have a paper copy, this is a great place within there to actually jot it down. You can write it in and keep this in a drawer, in a folder, something that can be handy so whenever you're logging in, you have it. And then, of course, nowadays there's all these save features within your phone or within your computer, so you could just save it so that it populates automatically. But hopefully you're also going to fall in love, if you haven't already, with what Doterra has to offer. And so you'll be logging in regularly and get it memorized in no time. I'll move us over here so I can read this little paragraph. It says, I'm right here, as a wholesale member, you have 2 ways to order product: by placing a standard order or a loyalty rewards order. A standard order is a one-time order. A loyalty rewards order is a reoccurring monthly order that can be customized, adjusted, or canceled at any time. So this is a feature that is actually separate from your membership. A lot of times people get those confused, or they'll want some clarification. When you signed up, either as a wholesale customer or as a wellness advocate, you are not automatically enrolled in loyalty rewards. This is something that you have the option to opt into. It's really great that it's offered this way because people don't feel like they have to be forced into it. But it really is a fantastic feature, and that's what we're about to go over.
A lot of wellness advocates and customers, for that matter, will refer to it as LRP. Mm-hmm. So if you hear them talking about that, that's what they're referring to, your loyalty rewards program.
Yeah, and a great way to think about this is like frequent flyer miles or Kohl's Cash or any other program where you get rewarded the more that you shop. Even something like a simple grocery store card works in this way. So for every purchase that you make under your loyalty rewards program, you are earning a percentage back in free product credits that you can then redeem on free products. So this is an amazing program. This is how Michael and I receive a lot of our products because we're constantly earning back. So here we will compare the benefits. I'll move us over again. Compare the benefits between the two. So again, with your standard order, you're going to receive 25% back. That's never going to get taken away from you. That was a perk that you received for becoming a member. But if you choose to order under your loyalty rewards order, you definitely will receive that 25%, plus you will get these additional benefits. First of all, you will receive 10 to 30% back in free product credits. How will you know which one it is, 10 to 30? We'll go over that in just a second. You get additional discounts on popular consumable products. So every single month on the first of the month, Doterra will let you know what you get an additional discount in as long as you order through your loyalty rewards. This can be oils. A lot of times it's not. It's a really great way to get to sample or try out some of the other products that Doterra has. So sometimes they've done like their vitamin line. They've done, even just a couple months ago, it was a diffuser. Right now, if you're watching this this month, which you might not be, but right now it's Terrazyme and PB Assist Plus, which are some great supplements. I've seen it where they've had the cleaner concentrate or the laundry detergent, or there's a lot of really great products. So it's, like I said, they switch it up every month, and it's just an option to receive an additional 10% off that specific item. You also have the option to receive the free product of the month. So notice this one has a little asterisk, and it's because you have to order on or before the 15th of the month in order to receive the free product, and your loyalty rewards order has to equal out to 125 PV. PV stands for point value, and that's how everything is measured, I guess you could say, within Doterra. We are an international company, so not everything can be just equated out into US dollars. So this is a great way so that everyone internationally can keep on a level playing field. Luckily for us who do use the US dollar system, it pretty much is equal. Usually, especially when you're dealing with your oils, it's a 1-for-1 ratio. If you're purchasing a bottle of lemon, that is 10 US dollars, and it is equal to 10 PV, or point value. There are some things that differentiate. Mostly that's with the supplements, with the skincare, the hair care, etc. And the only reason for that is simply because a lot more packaging and stuff goes into those. So they had to, so the price is off just a little bit. But yeah, for the most part, it's 1-for-1. So as long as you do that 125 PV in your cart for that particular month, you will automatically receive the free product of the month. Again, this is showcased on the 1st, so you can just check in your in the shop tab when you log in, or you could just follow them on Facebook or Instagram, or oftentimes we will post about it, as well as many people on our team, so you can just, and many people above us as well, so you could just look through social media to find out what that product of the month is, and then you can decide if you want to receive it or not. Another perk of ordering under your loyalty rewards is that you get back your shipping costs in free product credits. This is really awesome. It doesn't matter if you're doing the lowest shipping option, which is economy at $3.99, or if you're doing overnight at $24.99, they will always give you back your shipping costs in free product credits. So it basically comes out to free shipping, which is really amazing because you get those points back and you get to use them on free products. And then lastly, by ordering through your loyalty rewards, you will qualify to receive income. So if you're ever interested in doing what we're doing or other people on our team, this is how to take advantage of that. And it's just the first step is to set up a loyalty rewards. So here, this next section, you can see that the longer you participate, the more credits you can earn. And this is when that 10 to 30% comes into play. So for months 1 to 3, you will receive 10% off your entire purchase back in product credits. After you have been in the program for 4 months, you will get moved into this next bracket at 15%. And then as you can see, every 3 months, it will bump you up until you max out at 30%. And this is where we are at currently, and we love the benefits. If you think of this just in a simple term, because I'm not good at mental math, but big whole numbers I can do. So if we were to purchase 100 point value for the month, we are getting back 30 free product credits. So that is really amazing.
And that doesn't even include your shipping costs, right?
Right. Yeah, that's just 30, just off the 100. If you decide to get the free product, so you bump it up to 125, or maybe you're like us and you're so addicted to replacing everything in your home that your order is more than that, you would receive 30% off the entire order, and then your shipping costs back as well. So it's really amazing. Some of you, if you purchased a larger kit, you may have actually bypassed like one of these numbers. I know the diamond kit will start you out at 25%, so that's really awesome. So then 3 months later, and you're already at your 30. If you purchase some of the other kits that have the 20 or the 15, but if you purchased any of the smaller kits, or if you just signed up strictly for the membership, then you will start out at 10. So moving right along, here is a nice little chart that shows you how to maximize the loyalty rewards program. So as you can see, everything is categorized into different numbers. So starting out at 1, as long as you order at least 1 point within the month underneath your loyalty rewards, you will maintain your points. So your points will carry on from month to month, which is really great. You have 1 year to use up your points. So you can sit there and you can collect them if you'd like. You can let them, roll over if there's something that you're really not that interested in getting that month. Then you can at least just purchase one item, an inexpensive one, and you can just roll your points over. If you order at least 50 in a month, then not only will you maintain your points, but you will earn your rewards points and increase your percentage. So this is when this will come into play. If you have it underneath 50, you're not going to lose out on anything, but you'll simply stay where you're at. So if you were in month 5, at 15%, and you purchased anything under 50, then you will stay at month 5 until you exceed that 50 PV mark. And this will also be where you actually earn the reward points. If you purchase 100 in a given month, this qualifies you to earn commission. So if you're interested in that information, we have recorded a business overview as well, so we can send that your way and show you all the different ways to earn a commission with Doterra. There's many, so which is really incredible because opportunities are endless. And all you have to do to receive that compensation is to spend 100 in a month.
Easy.
Very easy. And then lastly, 125 PV will earn you the free product of the month, which I already talked about. So it's pretty fantastic. Here's a nice little reminder. It says, don't forget to check the box to donate $1 to the Doterra Healing Hands Foundation. If you don't know about Healing Hands, just do a quick Google search. YouTube has a lot of great videos on the Healing Hands Foundation. It's something that we definitely love standing behind, and we're sure you will too. And $1 is not much to ask in a given month. So you always have that option. You can always do more as well. Down here, I'm not going to go over all these verbatim, but here are some frequently asked questions. You can feel free to look through those. Maybe pause the video if you would like to read through them in more depth. And just to see if any of your, like it says, it's frequently asked questions. So these are questions that come up a lot, and maybe your answer will be provided there in the text. Okay. So moving right along to page 3. Michael, I don't know if you want to talk about this a little bit. Let me move this down here.
Go for it.
Okay, so this is an opportunity that you have to create a personalized wellness plan. This is a really great thing, like I said, if you were in communications with whoever signed you up, and you can still be in communication with them even if you're just watching this video. But it's a great way to just take some time, pause a little bit, and actually review what you are trying to gain from using doTERRA products, the oils, the supplements, or a combination of the both. As you can see, there are many different levels. Down here, this is what will create a healthy lifestyle. So at your core, you have, eating right. That is such a foundation, obviously, to proper health and wellness. Exercising, that's very vital. Rest and managing your stress loads. If you have too much stress, then you definitely can, you have a higher chance of getting sick. And then reducing your toxic load. So that's just looking around your home and helping and replacing some of the toxic items that you have. We are going to go over all of these different sections in a little bit more detail and just give you a quick showcase of some of the most popular products that are within each of these levels. And then you have your healthcare aspect, which is above the line. And in order to improve your healthcare, that's where you would get better informed self-care, so get to know yourself a little bit better, and then have proactive medical care. So don't just go to the doctor when you're sick, go in for your annual visits and things like that, and that will help to improve your healthcare as a whole. As it says in the text right there, a healthy lifestyle is built on a foundation of nutrition, exercise, rest, and limiting toxic exposure. Informed self-care using essential oils is more effective when built on a foundation of a healthy lifestyle. The membership overview is designed to give you ideas on ways to improve in these areas. Empower yourself by learning to use the oils. And these are some great resources that you can use to help you learn about the oils. Source to You is fantastic if you haven't ventured down there yet. It really tells you a lot more information about where we source all of our oils, more information about the country, about the soil, about the process of gaining the oils. And also Source to You has a feature where you can actually plug in the bottom of your oil bottle, the VIN, I guess you could call it, number. And it will pull up specific information about that bottle of oil, that batch, which is really fantastic. www.doterra.com has some great information, really good tabs. You can browse through the different oils, and if you click on them, then they will give you a really good amount of information, what the oil is, where it comes from, how it can be used. Daily Drop is a great app that you can download on your phone, and this will send you a quick video and a tip every single day randomly about whatever topic that you're interested in using your oils for. So that's really helpful when you're just getting started. And then down here, as you can see, this is the area where you would actually look up your top 3 health goals and write down recommendations. Some of our favorite resources are the Modern Essentials book, or what's the other one called? The Essential Life, I believe it is.
Essential Life, I wish I did.
Yeah. We'll look at it just so that I don't tell you something that's incorrect. But those are our top 2 for what we go to when we're looking up oils. The Essential Life. Okay. And then another great one is Emotions and Essential Oils. You can look at that if you're taking more of an emotional route with essential oils. And then from there, you can actually come up with a protocol for daily use, what you would do in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening based on your research. And then also you can check in again with whoever is educating you, whether it's us or whether it's someone else on our team, and they can probably help you come up with a really great recommendation for daily use as well. Okay, so now we have eating right. So I'll turn that over to you.
Okay, so let's talk about children's supplements. We have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and we give them the A to Z chewable tablet every morning. We've tried it. It's not the greatest tasting, in our opinion, but whatever, it's a vitamin.
And it's natural too, and that's the key. A lot of the other kids' vitamins you get are so full of sugar and artificial sweeteners and everything else. So,
Yeah. Natural's like, I don't know, the longer I've gone with doTERRA, natural becomes a bigger thing to me just because, like talking about toxic load, you don't really realize, like when I read a bottle of something I'm going to take and you have a list of side effects, right? I guarantee you do the same thing I used to do. Well, you take it, well, I'm not going to have any of those side effects. I don't have them. It's funny how the more you start to do away with those things in your household, you'll start to realize that you're starting to feel better. Your body operates in a different way. And then you try introducing those same things back into your life and you're going to recognize the side effects.
Yeah.
So chances are you're living with it right now. You just don't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
So then we'll talk about IQ Megas, provides healthy immune function, 1 teaspoon daily. We have this one as well. This one you keep in the fridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it has kind of it's flavored with wild orange. I've also tried this one. So this is the fish oil and the essential oil. So we take the omegas every day, but they're still very important for your children for brain development, eyes, skin, all the same stuff we use it for. But obviously it's a kid-friendly version. And
then PB Assist Junior, so supporting metabolic function and the absorption of nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
These come in like little pixie stick looking things. So I love eating them. The kids love eating them. It's,
they're really good.
Yeah, they think they're candy, and that's great because,
Actually, what we do is, because they don't really care for the A to Z vitamin, and I'm not saying it's gross, I'm just saying that our kids, they are candy heads, so they know what sugar tastes like. So they don't really care for the A to Zs, but we coax them and we're like, if you take one of these, then we'll give you the PB Assist Junior. And usually that's a really great bribery tactic.
Parenting at its finest.
Yes.
Manipulate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it works.
Okay. Let me move this a little over.
And down there, I guess that's just a recommendation on how to use these products. We just, like I said, we give our kids the A to Z tablet once in the morning and the PB Assist. Sometimes we forget. We'll give it to them in the afternoon or evening or whatever.
Right.
Just once a day, though. And then, the 1 teaspoon of IQ Mega. It's recommended, but, do it as you see fit.
Mm-hmm. You can also add it to a smoothie if your kids like smoothies or yogurts or stuff like that.
Yeah. So next, let's talk about adults, right? Because chances are you're an adult watching this. What if you don't have kids? Why would I care about any of that other stuff? Moving on. Lifelong Vitality Pack. This is a staple in our household. One of my favorites. Once I got hooked on these, everyone refers to the doTERRA vitamins. Like, this is what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Once you get on this, I promise you, it'll be like nothing else you've ever taken. I am a supplement head. I have been for a while now. I used to shop in GNC and Vitamin Outlet and all that other good stuff. These have surpassed like any other vitamin I've ever taken. That's no BS. Yeah. So Lifelong Vitality, or the LLV pack, you'll see it referred to as online, includes your Omegas, food nutrient, and then your Alpha CRS. Then you also have the daily nutrient pack, which would just include your Omegas and your food nutrient. Rachel already talked about what the Omegas, your fish oil, and then I think it incorporates 12 other essential oils, or is it 8?
I don't remember the exact number either, but it's a good amount. And if you want more information on that, you can either watch the basic class, which we did, which we definitely went over those in detail, or you can, like I said, just go to go to the doTERRA website, and they have so much information about each of these supplements that you can read about and learn about before you decide if you want to invest in them.
Yes. So highly recommend that you get at least, one of these going if you're looking for the healthy lifestyle aspect. And this will help with your LRP that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
This is a monthly order. So just throw that in your cart, leave it in there. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And you don't really have to take the full dose either.
Yeah, the recommended, as you can see it right underneath that, it's a little checkbox. It says to take 2 capsules of each with breakfast and with lunch. So that's considered the full dose. And if you do it that way, then one of these packs will last you exactly a month for one person. We actually split a pack. So we will do 2 capsules of each with breakfast, and then we won't take it again at lunch. And that's just where we're at now. Like, we tend to eat healthy. It's the weather's changing, so we find ourselves outside more. So we're, moving around. We exercise regularly. But in the winter time, we do tend to kick the dose up a little bit when it's more dreary and everything like that. So pay attention to your body. How, what is your size? How big are you? What are your needs? What do you think you're lacking? And then you can determine what your dose will be.
Next is the Terrazyme. So as you can see here, it supports healthy digestion and metabolic process.
Yeah.
So this is something you would take with your meals, and we don't do this every day, but we kind of, when we want to like detox or, get ready to start hitting the gym really hard, you've been out of it for a few weeks and time to get back into it. This is something that I would definitely incorporate into your daily use.
And a lot of people do use them daily, and with great success. It's all about personal preference, but I know many people they swear by Terrazyme. It is a life changer.
PB Assist, so probiotics.
For adults.
For adults. These are awesome. Once again, take one capsule with breakfast, so just one a day. But the way these are formulated, when you actually get the bottle, you open it up, you look at it, you'll see there's a capsule within a capsule, right? And it looks kind of crazy, but with Doterra, when you ingest a probiotic, most times it, like just any probiotic, I'm not talking Doterra, it hits your stomach, dissolves in your stomach, releases the bacteria. But really, it fails to infiltrate into the upper and lower intestines, whereas that's where you also want that healthy bacteria, because that's part of the digestion process as well. So the capsule within the capsule, Doterra designed this probiotic supplement to dissolve once in your stomach and then also infiltrate into your upper and lower intestines. So you'll definitely feel much better.
Yeah,
incorporating this into your. I wasn't a big probiotic, supplement fan. I used to eat yogurt, whatever, and I still do, obviously. But yeah, this stuff is amazing. If you have digestion issues, and I'm talking any kind of digestion issues, this is a good place to start.
Yeah.
So yeah, different ways to use it, but do it as you see fit. Obviously, you know your body better than anybody else.
Awesome. All right, so now we'll talk quickly about diet and exercise. So this is just a really good, these are like some, again, just like the top recommendations for what people use. Trim Shake is really awesome. You can use it as a meal alternative or just as something that you add into your routine. We don't really do a meal alternative necessarily, but sometimes it will be breakfast, I guess, but most of the time it's like that right after gym smoothie, and I honestly cannot talk highly enough about the flavor. We've tried them all and they're delicious. The chocolate, awesome. Vanilla, awesome. Orange cream, amazing. And yeah, so that is just a really great thing. It, of course, is formulated by Doterra, has just really great ingredients. I'm not going to go over all of it, but if you're interested, then definitely look that one up. The Slim and Sassy Metabolic Blend, this is fantastic. This is what really kickstarted us into getting back into the gym, into eating better, and just losing those initial pounds, when you're feeling really sluggish because you've been eating maybe poorly. And it's just a really great thing to incorporate into whatever regimen that you have going for yourself. You could take 3 to 5 soft gels throughout the day as needed, or drink 5 drops in an 8-ounce glass of water 3 to 5 times per day. Another way to take it is if you don't care for the taste of it, but you just have the oil and you don't want to invest in the soft gels, is to get veggie caps. Those are like $4 for a huge thing of them. And you can just take that same drop recommendation and put it into the veggie cap and take it that way.
And this isn't like you got like fat burning pills out there, like different supplements you can get off the shelf. It's nothing like that. So Doterra's products are obviously all natural, all plant-based. So this is going to help your metabolic system operate at its top-notch fullest capacity. It's not going to increase your heart rate and give you the jitters and things like that. This is just going to help your body get rid of the stuff that you don't want and just give you more energy.
Really, the biggest deal is that it's so great for the antioxidants, so that's really good. And then another primary reason you would use this is because it breaks down petrochemicals that are within your body. So, it's just fantastic. And
for the weight loss side of it, what a lot of people don't realize, like this is something I learned recently, the way your body actually protects yourself from toxins. If it can't process it, it will surround it with fat cells, right? And it just stays in your body. So the rest of your body doesn't have access to this toxin that just remains in there. So it's really important that you incorporate these antioxidants. I think clove is in there as well. Like I think there's clove, grapefruit, cinnamon, like things like that.
I don't remember if clove is or not, if it's just an On Guard, but I do know grapefruit for sure. Yeah.
But basically, it's going to help you flush all this stuff out of your system, get you feeling more energetic. You want to go outside and play.
Yeah, the energy was actually what I was going to bring up too, so that's really great that he did. But a lot of people said that this particular thing is what really brought up their energy. And it's also really good for like a mild depression because it has a lot of those citrus oils in it, so it's a natural mood lifter. So then moving right along, especially speaking about energy, is Mito to Max. This is something that we personally swear by. We don't go a day without it.
Right.
And if we do by chance that we forgot, it makes a huge difference. Like we're dragging by the afternoon.
Yeah, that whole feeling like you want to fall asleep at your desk, 1, 2 o'clock after lunch, whatever. This is going to help you break through that. I can't sing its praises enough.
Yeah.
I was just recently got back from Kuwait. I was out there for 6 months, working 6 days a week, 12 to 14-hour shifts. This was a staple for me. And I had energy for days. Was still energetic enough to go to the gym after I'd worked my shift. Operating on like 6 hours of sleep, 5-6 hours of sleep for about 6 months, and this pretty much carried me through. Yeah. So, highly recommend it if you're suffering with the low energy syndrome.
Yeah. And then lastly, Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex. This is fantastic for when you're exercising. Obviously, your body is going through a lot of changes, especially if you're just getting into exercising. And it could be taxing on you. And, when you are fatigued, when your muscles are tired, you can, for me personally, and I do push myself in the gym to the point of soreness, but if I'm sore, I am grumpy, and so.
For sure.
So this is such a great thing to help alleviate that strain on your emotions when you're going through this. It really, really helps with your, just provide that comfort for your muscle and for your joints.
Joints, that's a big one for me. For those of you guys that are in the gym, you like to lift heavy, or you're into like martial arts training. I like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I like to lift weights, things like that. You get a lot of joint pain, things like that. I take this as like a vitamin along with my vitamin. I'll take one every morning. If I'm, wake up and I'm extra sore, I'll pop 2 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You'll definitely notice a difference after like 2-3 days of using this.
Yeah. Also just a great pain management system in general. So even if it's not necessarily muscles and joints, but if you're experiencing pain anywhere within your body, the Deep Blue Complex is a really great thing to have handy. So down here, just like on the previous page, it gives you recommendations for morning, afternoon, and evening with the products that we just discussed. And then as an added little bonus, they included a recipe over here for a Slim and Sassy wrap, which is really awesome. So if you're doing some kind of an event and you want to look, extra tone for it, this is a really great thing to do about a week prior, a couple times a week. And then here is a great recipe for chocolate banana berry trim shake. So you can give those a try. Okay. So mood management.
Yay. All right. So I'm a big advocate for the emotional side of the house when it comes to Doterra's essential oils. And what you see right here is something that, I use on a regular basis, and I'm sure you will too. This wheel kind of breaks down what types of oils you'll be using to address certain types of moods that you might be dealing with. So when you, like here, you got spices. So spices, black pepper is an oil, clove is an oil, cinnamon, all these different ones. So it'll cover, these types of emotions that you might be feeling. Whereas, if you go for the more floral side of the house, your geranium,
Rose.
Yeah, rose. What's some other ones?
Lavender.
Yeah, lavender, things like that. They're going to help you out with, some of these emotions. So really good information here.
Very scientific.
Yeah.
So often we hear, and I'm sure, and we've even thought, that it's a little weird and far-fetched when you think about an oil helping you emotionally. But honestly, when you break down these components found within nature, it's the same thing that you do when you're dealing with different medications. Everything can be broken down into a molecular level. And when you look at the actual molecular level of these different plants, that is what they used to create these different blends. So they use the science based on how mints affect our body, how herbs and grasses affect our body, just like you said. And they put together this awesome chart so that you can come and try to identify how you're feeling. And then it gives you a recommendation based on that. So obviously you would just be like, well, I'm feeling very hurt today. So if that were the case, then you know that Console would probably be a great choice for you. If you're feeling angry, you'd want to lean more towards Forgive, etc. And then you also have these middle grounds where you could kind of go either way. So either based on what you have, you would obviously just start there, or maybe you want to do a combination of two of the oils.
Yeah.
So.
And like Rachel was saying, a lot of science behind this. Oops.
Sorry.
That's awesome. I'm going to turn this off real quick. My apologies. But yeah, as I was saying, there is a lot of science that goes into the connection between what we feel and what we smell. So when it comes to mood management and things like that, huge advocate for diffusing. You'll get your best results that way every single time, I promise you. But the process is called olfaction, okay? So go ahead and look it up, do some research on your own. You'll see that this stuff is backed by science. It's not just, snake oil that'll fix everything.
Placebo effect, a lot of people want to claim.
Legit. And then also with, I like that it's, rest and manage stress together, right? Because when you think about anxiety, what it does to you, not only do you get that, feeling in your chest, but it leaves you at a heightened state of awareness, right? Because that's what stress is intended for. When you think about it, it's a fight or flight reflex, right? So stress increases our sense of smell, touch, all of those things, right? Your mind races, and stress and sleep obviously don't go together. So if you're dealing with a lot of anxiety, things of that nature, this down here, the Serenity, can't sing enough of its praises. Anytime you feel like you're going to be, I know Rachel struggles around large crowds, things like that. So she'll pop, one of the tablets or capsules right before we'll go, out to a concert or a mall or see a movie or whatever. And I've definitely noticed a large impact with the use of that. And then for myself as well, I don't really struggle on that aspect as much, but there are times when, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, and I'll pop one of these, gets me right back into the mode I need to be in to accomplish what I need to accomplish. And then over here, we got Elevation, known as a joyful blend, Doterra's Balance, which is a grounding blend, and then Citrus Bliss, which isn't, we call it your invigorating blend. All three of these are, Elevation. That was actually the first oil that really, got me started on the emotional side of things. I remember we were on our way to a class, a lot like this one, I think it was. But we're in the car, and Rachel was diffusing this in a car diffuser. If you don't have one of those, I would highly recommend it, especially if you struggle with road rage, things like that.
Yeah, makes a huge difference.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, elevation, I remember getting in the car and it had been diffusing, and I sat there and I talked Rachel's ear off for like 30 minutes. And yeah, when I finally realized that, I was just like, what are you diffusing? What did you put in here? And she told me what it was.
We'd only been into the oils for about a day, and I'm not even exaggerating, because this really was day 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of cool.
Yeah. And yeah, so it works, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then the balance, grounding blend, I'm a big advocate for that one as well. If you're, find yourself dealing with a lot of racing thoughts, restlessness, things like that, try using this right before you go to bed, or just dealing with stress, things like that. Balance will help you out a lot. And then citrus bliss, most of your citrus oils are going to be more for encouragement and uplifting. So like that invigoration, you want to get motivated to get out and accomplish a day, and have a sense of joy about what you're doing.
I also
citrus,
I tend to use citrus bliss whenever I am trying to be creative. That is one that is really great for like that creative energy,
inspiration.
Mm-hmm. So that's a really good one to use too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And moving right along, again, I won't talk too much about this one because you guys can read. But this is all on the subject of reducing your toxic load, specifically within your body. So detoxes are something that, as a society, I think that we're pretty educated on. I mean, there's tons of different ones. There's a lot of ones that you should not do, but the idea is great. Like Michael was talking about earlier, the fact that we do hold so much within our body because our body is very, very intelligent. And even though we're not always feeding it the proper things, we're not always treating it the best, it still tries to treat us the best. So a lot of those really nasty things that we're either ingesting or breathing, it will trap.
And you can tell yourself, well, I don't ingest, nasty things. But I mean, if you look at the back of a label, and you can't pronounce it, chances are you're eating something that's been synthetically replicated. And
even healthy food options, it's still not what we were intended to eat. So it's still going to be hard on your body. So they actually say that detoxes should be done quarterly with the changing of the seasons, at least biannually. That's what we shoot for, is more like towards the biannual. This particular one we've done twice now, and it's been awesome.
As a matter of fact, I want to do it again sometime soon.
Yeah, noted. So it's very, very mild, which is really great compared to some of the other detoxes that you have to stay home because it does a number on your body in a very quick and rapid way. This one, you do not have to live in fear. You can live your life normally. You can eat normally. You can, still drink and exercise and do all of the things you normally would do. It includes your vitamins, DDR prime, lemon, Terrazyme, Zendocrine oil, and Zendocrine complex. Those are 2 different things, even though they have the same name. Then after 10 days of taking all of these items in this recommended way down here, you would continue taking them and incorporate GX Assist, which is really great for your intestines, for cleansing those. And then after 10 days of incorporating the GX Assist, you will stop taking that one, and you will begin taking PB Assist Plus.
Yeah, so basically the reason it's 10 days on with one and then 10 days on with the other, the GX Assist is going to flush out a lot of the bad bacteria that you already are harboring in your body.
Mm-hmm.
Once that period is over, then you want to go ahead and obviously put the good bacteria in. And that's why it's 10 days with the GX and then 10 days with the probiotic.
Yeah.
That follows. And then I know we talked about the vitamins. The DDR prime is just, just promotes healthy cellular function. So when you think about it, we're all cellular beings, right? And every day, like from digesting food to muscle recovery, like all of that stuff is reliant on our cells' abilities to function at optimum performance. This is going to help that. So when you think about detoxing, right, this goes hand in hand with that. I think that's a bottle of lemon right there. We talked about lemon breaking down petrochemicals within the body. So yeah, drinking this in water is going to be a big deal. Terrazyme, we hit that earlier as well, for helping with digestion and the metabolic process. It's going to get that operating at an optimum level. And then so the one thing that I know we didn't talk about was the Zendocrine supplements. And, just to make the connection, all they did was throw a Z in front of the endocrine, right? And that's what it's going to do, support your endocrine system. And for those of you that don't know, your endocrine system is basically it governs how your body releases hormones into your bloodstream, into your system. So to get you feeling good and feeling right and flushing all of that bad stuff out of there, this is going to provide you with that support on both of those supplements there, the oil as well as the complex.
Yeah. Really cool. All right. And then we'll talk briefly about reducing your toxic load within your home. So this one is something that I think for a lot of people who start with Doterra, it starts slow, right? It's like a little bit of replacement here and there.
A lot of it, like, we don't even realize.
Yeah.
We were the same way.
And then
with some of the cleaners you have in your house, that you're breathing in on a regular basis. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. And then what you notice, because you don't necessarily want to completely do the shift. It's not like, at least a lot of them. I know some people really do, and I love that. I love when people are gung-ho and just like get rid of everything. And we have seen that happen many times. But for the most case, what generally happens is that like they'll purchase these items a little bit unsure, and so you don't necessarily throw away the stuff you were using. It just kind of like will sit there, and then as you'll notice, like it gets pushed further and further back in the cabinet until you go to like move or clean out or something, or
you run out of your On Guard cleaner concentrate, and you decide, oh well, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this, I don't know, 409 cleaner, right? You spray it and you're like, oh my gosh.
And you almost kill everyone because we're not used to breathing in the chemicals, and it's horrible.
And like I said earlier, reducing toxic load, a lot of time, this was the case with me and Rachel. You are walking around carrying these toxins and you don't even realize what they're doing. You just become accustomed to it, right? Mm-hmm. So once you remove that from your life, a lot of people realize the huge impact Doterra has on their life when they stop taking the supplements and stop using the products. And that's when it just kind of all of a sudden hits them like, oh my gosh, like I need these things.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah. It's happened with us many times. You don't really quite realize your dependency on it, but dependency in a really good way. Like it just, I don't know, it's nice. But in particular, the On Guard line is very expansive and really amazing. I have not found one thing in here that we don't use every day. We love the On Guard toothpaste. I always say this because it can't be more true, but I don't know how many of you out there have ventured down the natural toothpaste road, but it is not a pretty one. We've tried natural toothpaste many different times, and you always like brush your teeth like this, and then you just end up throwing it away because you can't. So I was very, very hesitant to try this one, and the only reason I did is because I wanted to be an advocate, and so I figured I'd be the product, So I was very hesitant, but loved it from the very first time I used it. Washing our hands, honestly, we feel like a lot of the reason that we do not pick up a lot of the sickness and illness that other people carry is due to this hand wash. It doesn't strip anything, but instead just gives you those nutrients that you need that are provided within On Guard. We use the laundry detergent. It lasts us.
We also use just the straight oil, like you can carry it on your little 15 mil or whatever, or the Touch, which is what, a 10 mil or 20 mil?
10.
10, yeah. We use that as hand sanitizer for our kids, things like that. So
yeah, if you actually look up what hand sanitizer does too, it's horrible. It strips everything off, and so then you become more susceptible to catch it. So it's like a catch-22, like damned if you do, damned if you don't, because what are you supposed to do? But at the same time, you're stripping everything. So then the very next thing that you touch, you're accepting into your body, and without that natural oil layer of protection. The cleaner concentrate, man, that thing will last you months and months and months. We just have a spray bottle.
Maybe not the first time you order it.
Yeah, this is a little spray
once
bottle.
You understand the power of essential oils, and a little does go on.
Yeah, and we make up different versions of it depending on what room you're cleaning. So if you happen to have, nasty bathrooms, then you can make it a little stronger, whereas you don't really need to make it quite as strong like that with your kitchen. But, however you choose to do it. And then lastly, the Salon Essentials. Again, so many people, it's funny. They're like, I don't know if I'm going to like a natural shampoo and conditioner. Is it really going to be that great? And I always tell them, if you don't like it, I will buy it because I love it. Don't use anything but. And it's great. So lastly, let's talking about getting connected. Obviously, you have your primary support, and because we don't know exactly who you are watching this, we can't say who it is, but you know. So you always have your primary support, which is the person who introduced you to Doterra. And we definitely are big on loyalty, so please, stay with the person that has enrolled you. Let them support you in the best capacity that they can. Hopefully you have their phone number or an email address or some way to get a hold of them. Social media is a great way. That's how we connect with a lot of our people. But again, because you are watching this, we're assuming that you're on our team as well. And because you are, we are definitely available to you. You could reach out and email us anytime at essentialfirstfruits with an S at the end at gmail.com and ask us any questions, and then we can get connected with you. We also have team Facebook groups. So if you are not a part of that but would like to be, just shoot us an email so we can get connected. We do offer a weekly team call for our builders. So if that's something that you're interested in, we can get you hooked up to that. We can get you access to the Edge team calls, which we're a part of as well. And that is just a plethora of really amazing information available to you every single week. There is a product call, so it'll give you information about specific products, and you can also feel free, if you have an amazing testimony, to share your story, because that's what this all is about, is sharing stories. And then there's also, again, a builder call. So if you're someone who's interested in doing the business, or maybe you're just curious, you haven't necessarily committed yet, but you can feel free to just jump on one of the calls and hear what it's all about. There's many, many Facebook groups. So depending on if you are a group junkie or if you'd rather not, you can pick and choose however many groups you'd like to be a part of. And then the team website, we don't have our own website at this point in time, but you can definitely go to www.edgesuccess.com if you'd like to receive some free resources from there. Of course, over here you have all of your Doterra member services information, depending on where you're located. By far the best customer service I've ever had the pleasure of dealing with. Whether you have a problem or you have something exciting happening, they're amazing. And then down here, you can just see that if you're interested in sharing with others, or if you're open to the idea of creating an income with Doterra, reach out to us. Let us know. And we'd love to schedule a business overview. We can also just send you the video like we mentioned earlier, so you can watch it at your leisure and get back with us with any questions that you may have.
Yes.
Anything to add?
Nope.
Cool. Thank you so much for watching this. We hope that you learned a little bit. We hope that you're inspired to start maybe using some different products or oils. And again, please let us know if you have any questions. Thanks so much. Bye.